Hey Claiborne, I know that usually we put together, or at least talk about putting together Lego sets, but I thought that this week I would talk about something a little bit different. I thought I'd talk about taking apart Lego sets. Not only because I have a whole bunch of Christmas Lego sets to take apart, but I also have a whole half a year's worth of Lego sets on or around my desk that I need to disassemble. So last week I set about taking apart all of the Lego sets that were on or around my desk. And some of them had been sitting together for so long that I cut my fingers trying to take the bricks apart. And then I remembered about Lego's most unsung hero, the brick separator. The most common usage of the brick separator is to separate two identical plates that have been snapped together during the assembly of some Lego set. But that's not the only way to use a brick separator, and in the case of these two specific plates, it's not even the most successful. The wedged end of the brick separator is especially useful for knocking tiles off of plates, like the gumdrops off the top of this gingerbread house. It's also really useful for creating separation between tiles, probably the same way you've been using your fingernails, but without the pain. And whenever you have plates that are fastened to the bottom of a base, you can use the top of the brick separator to pull them off. It usually takes me a little bit of work to get the 1x1s to separate on their own, but they can usually be done just the same way as the stacked plates go. And even though the gingerbread house didn't have any, I found that the Technic spike on the brick separator has been great for taking apart little assemblies like this, because I can just take the Technic spike and push it through the hole to knock out the little toilet paper roll looking piece. There are some things, like peppermints on window shutters, that the brick separator isn't ideal for separating. However, disassembling the gingerbread house was a whole lot less tedious than putting it together, thanks to the brick separator. I wish that the same thing could be said of these two plates. And on a side note, if there's one thing that I wish Lego would stop doing, it would be giving instructions that involve us putting two identical plates together. Maybe you have some advice for how I can separate them. I'll see you on Tuesday. Over and out.